with their second win on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Craig. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Thompson. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team, Clark, by far tonight.
No question about it, Kevin. They certainly gave their...
Ugly.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Klay Thompson.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. You get jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
He was up to every single challenge.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers as they play against the Denver Nuggets at Pepsi Center. Looking at Denver, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. And Kobe Bryant now in the twilight of his career. Very few have had his fuel and his drive. Shaq, you played with him. Give me your thoughts on Kobe.
Yes, he has 5 championships. Yes, he's passed up Michael Jordan in scoring, but he wants to win more than anyone else in the league. He still obsesses over it. He's the biggest critic, and it drives his game. We don't know if this is going to be his last year. He said he doesn't know, but this guy wants to be the best ever.
But you have to admire how he's adapted his game year by year by year, and by the body that he has to do it with. When he was younger, jumping out the gym. Then all of a sudden, as he's getting older, he's posts up more, went down and worked with Akeem Olajuwon. This guy is a true professional.
With the game just about ready to tip, we send you to Kevin Harlan for the call.
The Nuggets have a Western Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend home court. Welcome to the Pepsi Center in Denver. This game marks the end of a road trip for the Lakers. They're looking to snag one here before heading home. Lou Williams still injured. They're counting the days until he returns.
Yeah, that is really tough, Kevin. You never like to hear the sound of that. They're going to miss him, and by all indications, they're going to miss him for a long time. That was the exact opposite of the news they wanted to hear.
And it does, you're right, sound like a long road ahead for him to get back on the court. But listen, he's a pro. You know he'll do everything in his power.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. So for the Lakers right now, Jennings, he's in at point guard. Mahimi is out there with Brandon Bass. And it's Young, and it's Clarkson in at the 2 spot.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
We'll now go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Quinn Snyder. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, he told me that when you're playing against a team that can finish inside as efficiently as this team does, they don't want to allow any looks easily on the interior. He said if they can limit them in that department, they'll be in good shape.
Thank you, Doris. Outside Jennings. They set the pick. Shoots the 3. Good! Jennings has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Molinari passes to Evans. Here's Barton. Buries it from about 10 feet away. The Lakers trail. It's Jennings with the drive. Off on the layup. Here's Barton. He's covered by Clarkson. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. He hits both from the stripe. Denver's gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Pass to Gallinari. Here's Kirk. The 17-footer. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
And that one good from Clarkson.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg.
And speaking with Roy Hibbert before the game, he helped illuminate their defensive philosophy. sort of focus like Hibbert, that kind of confidence. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Evans is out there with Gallinari. Then it's Will Barton. Then it's Moutier. And it's Laverne in at the center filling out the middle. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Hibbert with a screen on Evans. There's Jennings with the three. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Lakers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless.
Bass, a screen on Gallinari. Jennings for 3. Jennings with another miss. The Nuggets trail by 9 inside. And there's Gallinari on the assist for Moutier. Gallinari's got 6.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
And here's Jennings. 6 points for him. Clock at 4. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Guys, when you compare against last year, I mean, this season has been a pretty painful drop-off in his free throw numbers. I mean, he's not making the key chances he's getting at the foul line.
Here's Gallinari. No good. And the Lakers take it the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And talk about a team that just never seemed to get into a rhythm offensively. It was just an ugly game to watch.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, they didn't appear to have any kind of cohesiveness in terms of game plan, and they never figured out how to attack the defense in that one.
Goes back up. Bass's shot. Good. Bass has got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Lakers lead by 9. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline.
Kevin, thank you. Roy, I know you have just a couple seconds, but in a nutshell, what's going to be your approach going into the second half?
Well, we're just going to make sure we keep them up the board and keep them out of transition.
Thank you, Roy. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Okay, guys, solid play so far. I like what I'm seeing. But just a few things to talk about before the second half. Firstly, our offensive output in the paint was really encouraging. But that being said, let's make sure we don't get too one-dimensional in the second half. I want us getting points from the inside and out. Now I'll give credit where credit is due. We've taken very good care of the basketball. Turnovers were scarce, and we need to keep it that way. And let me touch on tempo for a second. We're not out to use the whole shot clock, but I would like to see us get set up offensively.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. You look at D'Angelo Russell. What a contribution.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys.
And so the Lakers take the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And, Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance,
Kevin. I'm here with Roy Hibbert. Roy, what does this sort of grinded-out win say about your basketball team?
We're a tough team. We like to grind wins out, and sometimes it's not always pretty, but we're trying to get the job done. And our bench of
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Let's take a look at our Jordan player of the game.
Anytime you deliver that sort of production we saw from him tonight, you're going to put your team in position to win. He gave them points in bunches, and when they needed them. It's not always about how much you get, but when you get those points up on the board.
Things haven't been pretty for them lately, but his performance in this win is definitely a step in the right direction. He wanted this one badly. You could tell that right off the bat. He put his game into another gear and was playing angry tonight, fellas.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
taking over. Listen. Spread out with it. South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, on the North Carolina, Philadelphia, Virginia. From down in Miami, where it's warm in the winter. On up to Minnesota, where it's storm in the winter. Jacksonville, Tallahassee, Memphis, 10, holla at me. B&H Town, Southside, Cloverland, Daddy, I'm the man out in Dallas. Better ask Cali.
Man, CC, I'm beat. Another long day, and we have a big game this weekend.
Yeah, I hear you, freak, but don't forget, we still gotta get up early in the morning tomorrow so we can get a few extra shots in before school.
Right. Then I probably should finish my homework.
Hey, hold up. Homework? Nah, I know we can think of something better to do than homework.
Oh, hold on now, son. You got homework to do? You need to get on it. You too, Victor. Now, you know I don't like the idea of these early morning workouts. You need your rest.
All right, Pops, I know.
Pops.
We got it.
Right.
Swish.
Man, that was your line.
Oh,
my bad.
Here we go.
Cut. Your line. This year, NBA 2K16, we're taking a new approach to your My Career story. Expand your world of something bigger and better than ever before. There's a lot more of being a great baller than what you see in the court. High school, college, choosing an agent, getting drafted, developing a personal brand, and family. The pressure is starting very real for you and everyone around you, but the rewards can be equally as powerful.